What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Bogey Proof. Special episode tonight. It's close enough where we're going to start talking master stuff, so that's always exciting. But before we do so, we have myself, Erik, and Joey on the line tonight. Mike's wrapped up doing schoolwork and, being a student and all those intellectual things that he does. So we're gonna talk a little masters and recap the match play without him. But before we do that, gentlemen, where are we calling from and what are we sipping on?
Who's starting? I guess I will, seeing I'm talking. Last week in Florida, boys, we've been making the trek back up north, enjoying the great outdoors as I can do it. So, Miller Lite Classic, what it is.
Gentlemen.
Erik? It's simple.
Have you guys seen these new White Claw flavors?
What we got?
The White Claw Surf.
All right, yo, how is that?
I saw a commercial, but I haven't seen them in a store yet.
They're pretty good. Yeah, they're just in a variety pack. There's 4 flavors. I've only had 2 of the flavors so far. Yesterday, I had the watermelon lime, and it was solid. And then today, I don't even know what this word is. Tropical pomelo, Pomelo. Never heard of that word before. Nope. But that's this flavor, and it's also pretty good. So far.
It's just a seltzer, though, right? It's not like
Yeah, it's just different flavors of White Claw.
Okay. All right, so they're trying to trick you with that whole White Claw Surf,
Yeah. Well, everybody else is coming out with the punches and the teas and all this and that, and they're just
those motherfuckers. They're not.
Yeah, they're sticking to what they know, though.
Yeah, exactly. It's still seltzer.
Yeah, probably for the best. The other ones get a little scary. But I got West Hartford, Connecticut, classic Busch Light. I don't know, I went with one for last week's episode with the March Madness stuff, and I'm just riding that train. I got a few left in the fridge, and nothing more refreshing on a nice Monday night after a long day's work than a crisp, refreshing Busch Light.
Good Lord.
Dude, I haven't had a Busch Classic since Nom.
Honestly, I probably haven't bought Busch Light since college or that year after college, immediate year after. But I don't know, the March Madness just got me all college vibes, and I was like, you know what? Had a million Bud Lights down in Florida, and I was like, I don't know, let's just get something different. And grabbed a little 12-pack of Busch Lights to see what it was like, and it's nice. It's memories. I mean, definitely not going to buy them again for quite some time, but it was fun for a couple weeks. But without further ado, talking March Madness and all that stuff, the Dell match play WGC in Austin it's Austin Country Club they played at, right?
Correct.
Yep.
Just wrapped up. Scottie Scheffler getting done over Kiz, becomes number 1 in the world. His 3rd win in 5 starts, I think 6 weeks, something like that, going back to Waste Management. Just Scottie Scheffler is just heater. I got some takes to compare this stuff to the ROM run that he's kind of wrapping up right now. But what do you guys think about the match play? Austin Country Club, maybe some course takes, or Scottie Scheffler, whoever, Kiz, even whoever you got. What did you guys get to watch it this weekend? Or
I got to watch it Thursday, yeah, a little bit. I was in and out of it, but no, it was always fun to watch. I just, me, I don't know. I don't have much to say about it. It's always just nice to finally watch a golf tournament, but it's tough to have a lot of feedback on one of the earlier days because I didn't get to watch much on Sunday, which I would have liked to, but I feel like Kiz and Scottie was just an awesome match to watch. And from what I saw, it didn't seem like Kiz was really playing well on Sunday, was he?
I didn't catch a ton of the final match.
No.
But it was more it was maybe a little loose compared to what he did against JT when Kiz shot fucking 7 under on the front 9.
Right? The way he just came back against him, it's just, I don't know. I love watching Kevin Kisner in match play though, and I love this event because of it. But I was happy to see Scottie Scheffler win, and I hope the kid just keeps fucking dominating.
It's crazy. I'd 3 and 6
I forget
starts.
what account posted. It was probably just PJ Tour, but it was a bunch of Scottie swings with that swing tracer on it, but they also put one on his back right foot. And I never realized how much, obviously how much his foot moves, but I never realized how much it moved until they put that tracer on it. It's fucking bananas. I'm tempted to just go out on the range and just try that. No. I'm not gonna incorporate it, but you know what I mean? We try that Bryson swing or the fucking Matt Wolf. I just want to try Like, how does he not fall over? I don't know. It's fucking bananas, but good for Scottie Scheffler. Keep an eye on him at the Masters.
Yeah. You got to pencil him in for a major this year. I mean, maybe not to win, but he's going to be in the mix come Sunday. He's just riding too much of a
he's in
heater.
the top 10 at the Masters, no question.
Yeah. Erik, did you get to watch it all?
Yeah, I watched a decent amount on Saturday and Sunday specifically. Yeah, kind of the same takes, the same opinion. Scottie Scheffler, fucking monster right now. I saw a great, I think Matt was texting you about it this morning, I think, but saw a great tweet about Scottie Scheffler, and it was, he plays golf, he doesn't play golf swing.
Yeah, I agree.
That just summarizes the last 6 weeks. Yeah. Really, like, he is the least technical person, it seems like, hits the shot that's necessary, doesn't try to force anything. And I think it shows by one, he's obviously won 3 times, but on 3 very different golf courses.
Yeah.
Match play, stroke play formats. The game travels, as they say. So yeah. I don't think he's going away anytime soon.
No, I agree. And I think that's a good point too, of like just the way he wins at, like you said, 3 totally different venues, right? You have like the dome golf of the Waste Management, where it was like relatively soft out there, like pretty firm greens, but conditions outside of that were pretty soft. It's like hit it high, hit it far, kind of, get up and down from all over the place with your wedges for birdie, par, whatever. And like to win from that, then wins at Bay Hill, which was just nonsense with conditions of the firmness and the ankle deep rough. And then he comes to Austin Country Club, which is like, probably the least amount of drivers they hit in a week off the tee. It seems like every hole was he had that driving iron out or 3-wood or whatever it was. And even Kiz, who's not that long of a guy, hit a lot of 3-woods this week, I saw. So it's like totally different range of courses from one extreme to the other, it seems like, and he's getting it done in every different way. And him and like guys like JT, even Bubba at the Players, we saw like guys like that just hit, like obviously Tiger in his prime did this too, but like they hit the shot that is being asked every hole. Like, not just like, okay, I hit a high draw and I'm just going to hit that on every hole and see where that gets me. Like they just hit, the high cut, the low cut, the whatever. They hit the, the soft pitching wedge from 110 yards instead of ripping a 56 or whatever it is. Like, it's just like they turn golf into art a little bit when they do that stuff. And it's like really awesome to see that happen. And then also be for like win, like, and also get results of winning and not just hitting cool pro chaser shots. Like it's good to see. So I'm a big fan of that. And Scottie is just ridiculous. Another couple other things I wanted to mention with WGC is that like DJ looked like he wanted to play golf for the first time all year this week. He's been like on a hiatus, obviously a lot of rumored Saudi stuff and whatever going on with him. We can get to on another podcast, but he finally looked like he cared a little bit this week and showed a little bit of sign of life that we haven't seen in almost a year, it seems like, out of him. So that's promising going into Augusta, and, all 4 majors are within the next 4 months or whatever it is, with the US Open or the Open Championship ending in July. So yeah, all within the next 3.5 months or so. So it's good to see a little bit of sign of life from him. I don't know. You guys have any other takeaways outside of obviously Scottie being pretty impressive at the match play before we get into some Augusta talk?
On the note of DJ, when obviously he didn't make it to the final match, but I was debating it in my head. I was like, he does not care about this consolation match at all. I am gonna bet on Corey Connors to win. He's the underdog. DJ doesn't care at all. He just wants to get home at this point. And he got smoked. And like, he was 3 down through 6. I was like, what the fuck? Why didn't I bet on him?
Yeah,
on Corey Connors.
I know. That was one of the ones you got to be paying attention because it was a quick turnaround.
Yeah. But yeah, let's Masters it. So we'll save our talk of, our picks and, a lot of betting odds, top 10s, 20s, picks, storylines of like who's going to win and whatnot. We'll save that for, later in the week as we get a little bit closer to the Masters date and the odds get finalized and whatnot. But it is worth talking about some of the non-golf storylines, we'll call it, the extracurriculars that go on at Augusta, both good and bad this year. And I don't know, do you guys want to start this off with the Phil and Tiger conversations, or do we want to do like Champions Dinner or something lighter before we get into that nonsense?
let's hammer Phil and Tiger, because I feel like it's a quick, that's going to be relatively easy. There's not much detail.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to go into the Phil thing, but
question.
Yeah, the Phil thing just sucks. Like, I mean, Phil and
Augusta,
at
the champions dinner is kind of my question. I know he's not playing, but will Phil go to the right?
I don't know. Actually, that's a good question.
I feel like that's the biggest question, realistically.
I was thinking about that this morning. I don't think he shows up.
No,
because like then your whole night you're going to be asked that conversation. You're going to be asked that question tonight. It's like not even worth it. You're going to be miserable and just reminded every 2 seconds of, oh, you can't go play out there. You know, like I don't know. That would be nuts.
Even if he's not asked about it, it's like the elephant in the room, and Augusta doesn't want that.
Yeah. Take away from Hideki's historic win last year for Japan and have the spotlight be not on him would be, very not Augusta-esque. They're going to make sure they do everything the right way, as they always do. So yeah, that's just kind of sad. I don't know. It's just tough to not imagine Phil being out there, but yeah, but I'm
a known Phil guy, so I do. I miss Phil being around.
Yeah, hopefully he's able to kind of come back around this summer and kind of get back on the right track and just start playing again, whatever it needs to be. And then the bigger, maybe more of a debate is like, are we going to see Tiger Woods outside of the Champions Dinner? I'm assuming he'll be at, obviously, but which would be nice because he wasn't even able to make that last year. So we'll take our wins however we can get him with the cap. But what are you guys' thoughts? Do you think he plays here? Do you think he's pushing it? And all right, if you don't, then when do you think when do you think is the comeback then?
That's the I really don't have an answer for the comeback. I would like to make when St. Andrews July.
Yeah, like mid to late July. It's usually like the third week.
And then PGA is August then, right? That would make sense. Vice versa. I think
PGA is earlier now. I think the Open was
May.
Yeah.
Okay. So okay. I feel like, we talked about it. I feel like St. Andrews where my only thing with Augusta is how it's so undulating, and I don't know if he can, can he? Yes, but can he do it to the ability he wants to? Probably not.
I would say that's a big thing too. He's not going to go out there just to go out there and shoot 82 and be miserable.
Has he ever played in the par 3 contest?
Yeah, but not in a lot of years.
That would be awesome if he played in that and just won that. Like, whatever,
just to remind people, like, hey, once I get up to full speed here, watch out.
That'd kind of be a baller move, right? Like, that counts as a win in my book. Major win. No, but I don't think he plays. I would love for him to play, but this year.
Yeah,
I feel like we would know by now.
Yeah, there was video that surfaced this weekend of him playing at Medalist with Joey, walking with him, Lagava, Scottie. So,
damn, I was just over there the other day.
He's out there, but I think Medalist is a lot easier to get around than Augusta. To your point, Joey, with undulation and shit. So,
a little bit.
I think I'm 50-50 right now because, like, he hasn't. I think he's trying. I don't think he knows yet.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, he's out there walking Medalist, and he hasn't withdrawn. He's in the field.
Yeah.
So,
I think he's gonna push it. I've heard. There's a million rumors floating around, but
is there a tournament this weekend?
Yeah, Valero, Texas Open.
Valero, that's right.
He's not gonna play that though. I think if he doesn't go this week or at the Masters, which, like you said, I think he's really pushing. I think he's just really last week he probably tried to play like 5 days in a row and like see how he feels this week, and if it's gonna totally kill him, like he doesn't want to completely ruin all the progress he's made just to try to go back and play 1 week when he's probably has his eyes set a little bit more. Like, he wants to make a legitimate comeback, not just come back and play Augusta every year, I think. So yeah, there's a lot kind of up in the air still with him, but I just know, I think we all know that he's only going to come back when he's going to be able to compete. So I trust in that fact. And like, if it's not Augusta, I know it's like the right decision, because I don't want to see him come back and like look shitty and shoot 84 and like, nobody wants to see that. So I'd rather him wait than rush it and do something like that, or even hurt himself more, delay any of his progress with his recovery that he's been going through. So I don't think he's going to play at Augusta. I think he's probably going to have like a half a presser when he goes to championship dinner or whatever. They might ask him a few questions and he'll probably be like, I pushed it and it just like, I got through 1 or 2 rounds and I was fine. And then that 3rd or 4th day, I had nothing left. And I was like, had no juice. And that was at medalist versus, Augusta. And like, if I have no juice on Saturday, what's the point of playing kind of thing? So I don't know. I think long story short, he's not going to play, but I am still hoping out for St. Andrews. I think that'd be awesome. I just think he's going to have to like get some reps before that at somewhere other than medalist. So I don't know how that all works out, but to be continued, definitely got to monitor that. And hopefully, we get good news, whether he plays or not, just good news on his progress in the next week or so with everything he's been going through. But outside of that, I think, what else are you guys looking forward to this year, Augusta wise, and what non-golf tournament? Is there any championship dinner? Is it the par 3 contest? Is there something that, you're excited for maybe more this year than past, now that we're probably the least COVID of all this year, with all the last 2-3 years have been kind of shot. So kind of back to normal, we'll call it. I'm sure there's COVID precautions and things in place, but back to having fans, like all that stuff. So I think there's a little bit more juice this year from the extracurricular side of the house. But what are you guys looking forward to the most?
It's just the greatest. It's the most wonderful time of the year. I mean, it's you look forward to the same thing over and over again. I don't know. I want to say there's anything in particular. I'm just excited for the Masters. It's gonna be fantastic. I will say, I mean, as bad as it sounds, so my mom sends out like a family-wide group message to like her cousins and everything, and what was it? That Sunday's Palm Sunday, Masters Sunday, and she's like inviting everyone over. I'm like, Ma, it's Masters fucking Sunday, like.
Settle down.
Like, I want to see my friend, like my family and all, but like it's Masters Sunday. I'm supposed to just sit here and ride. Like, you want me to socialize? I don't know if this is gonna work. So we'll see. Maybe I'll get the setup going with like 3 different TVs, and that'll fucking use
there
people.
You go. Well, that's like when they had to cancel it and move it to November because of COVID, in 2020, like. That Sunday they played the 2019 Masters on like Easter Sunday, and they kicked it off at like noon, like the full broadcast. And I was like, Ma, you got to clear everybody out of here by the back 9. They're going to see some shit. Like, I was like, I'm getting the Tito's out after when he tees off on 10. So
that I remember because there was that more. Yeah. When they, was it Easter Sunday that they played that?
Yeah. They did the full broadcast, and him and like Nance were like commentating the broadcast of it or whatever.
Yeah, because I remember fucking getting after it and making transfusions at like 10 o'clock in the morning. And it was that was a fun one. Yeah, I do remember.
Hell yeah. Now that's Easter.
I didn't know that. I forgot that was on Easter, but I'm gonna take your word for it. Sorry, Lord. But yeah, so that's that.
Yeah, I think this year, just like with Hideki's presence in Japan, all this stuff, and how like kind of historic that win was last year for his country and him as a professional. I think he's a little hurt right now, which is kind of sad to see. I'd like to see I would have defended because he was off to a hot start this year, winning the Zozo and the Sony, and I think he got 2 wins pretty quickly in the year, but playing well. And I just would have loved to see a healthy defense of it, because I don't think anybody since Tiger's ever gone back to back. Like nobody's gone back to back recently, and I don't even think many people have at all. So. That would have been interesting to see, but I am looking forward to this champions dinner. Like,
I am too.
The more
so like usually announce like their dinners.
Usually like, Monday or Tuesday, like Monday night. Like, I think it gets a couple days before. Yeah. But like you have guys like from all different backgrounds have won the Masters, right? That's kind of the beauty of the Masters, how like international it is, all the international AMs they bring and whatever. Like. Yeah, guys from Adam Scott, Australia, to obviously Sergio in Spain, and obviously Tiger, American, Phil, American, whatever. But like you have, and then all the Europeans that have won, and everything else along the way. It's like Sergio brought in his own cook because he wanted to do like authentic Spanish stuff. Like, does Hideki bring in like a Japanese chef? Like like how like is his menu? Like, what does his menu look like? Like I don't know Sergio much about Japanese cuisine. Like I can't even imagine like. Kind of what that looks like. I know that they do like they keep the members menu is on that night too. So if like people roll something weird out there, like they can still order like off the members menu, which I think I was listening to like a No Laying Up podcast with like Marco Mir or something like that, and he said he had to order off the members menu one time. I think like some guy put together like a really weird menu and like didn't leave a lot of options to it, and he was like, "Yeah, can I just get the ribeye or whatever?"
The Foreplay podcast, they had someone on. I think they had Rocco on. No, not Rocco.
No, he didn't win.
They did, but yeah, exactly. No, but they had someone on recently, and he was saying the same thing. I forget who it was. Shoot, what were you gonna say, Eric?
But yeah, I think it's just interesting that like I just see somebody like Hideki to have such a unique like cultural like impact and like so different. Like he doesn't even speak English, you know, like it's like there's gonna be I'm eyeballing this menu to just get a full like culture shock of like Japanese cuisine. Like I'm kind of looking forward to it for like my own purposes and like, you know, trying to educate myself here, but like I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, what are the odds there's sushi on there though?
I mean,
you got to expect that there's going
to be some level of like sashimi or something for like the app, maybe.
Sushi. I'm really hoping for some like prime Wagyu beef.
True. That would be sweet.
Like the best cut of steak you can get in the world is from Japan.
Yeah, I bet you there's some nice. That would be so baller if he brought like that level. Like if he brought like that level to this. That'd be pretty sweet.
The current, let's see. I'll look up the current price of Wagyu beef. It's stupid.
Who do they have on?
It's currently $250 a pound.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, how many people attend a Champions Dinner usually? Like, what's the number?
20 to 30-ish.
Okay.
So $50 an ounce. Say you're serving like a 6-ounce version of that. What's that math? That's $90. $90 a serving cost for just the beef.
Yikes! And you know, there's going to be like essentially what 5 courses they do, give or take.
Yeah, everyone does it a little different. Like some people do like appetizers during cocktail hour. Some people have done like 4 courses. Some people have done family style. Everyone kind of just does it, want to do it, which I think is one of the great things about the Champions Dinner is that
I think that adds a cool layer to it too, where it's like very informal.
Right. And there's no right or wrong. Like you're the champion. It's your dinner. Do it how you want to do it. Like, I don't think like obviously the people have come up with some peculiar menus and stuff. That's the only area that you can get a little weird or improper or whatever you want to call it. But I don't know. I think one of the best things about the Champions Dinner and why so many people are in love with it is because it's not just 3 courses. People are having the same thing every year. It's just another dinner. It's obviously an homage to the previous champion and kind of how they enjoy dinner. This is how I want my dinner to be. So I think it's kind of a little, obviously a snapshot into culture and the food that they grew up eating and all that good stuff. But at the same time, I think it's a snapshot into how they enjoy eating and how they enjoy having a meal. So it would have been really wild if because I don't know, in Spain, people don't eat dinner till like 10 p.m. Imagine if Sergio just said, guys, we're not eating until 10 p.m. tonight. Sorry.
That would be nuts. Just throw everybody through a loop.
Yeah.
That would be kind of funny. I like that.
Fucked up. I'd be pissed.
So imagine like you got like, I'm trying to think of who like the oldest attendee would be, or the oldest past champion. Like, imagine them being like, yeah, dinner's at 10. He's like, what? Like,
yeah. Ben Crunch. Like, see you later.
Yeah. Like, all right, I'll take mine to go. Thanks. But with that being said, I think it'd be fun to go through what our own bogey proof inspired Champions Dinner. If, you know, Joey, we ever get that driver straightened down, you make a run at this thing, like, what are you serving for dinner the next night or the next year?
Driver, honestly, it's getting there. Putting's been kind of the issue now, which is fucking annoying. My putting, we're not going to get into that. So what am I serving? All right. Well, I honestly would probably just do something, we always grew up on Sundays, just like macaroni and meatballs, something like that. So like I would do something along those lines, maybe also with like a chicken parm, but the way that you say that Sergio brought in like a Spanish chef, that makes me want to bring in Mama Z. So like I make sure it's her sauce and her meatballs. So like, like the field's, the champs got to know what Mama Z is all about, because that's like Erik was just saying, it's their culture and what they grew up on. So it's like that's what I grew up on. But maybe I just have her give them the recipe. So I guess like that'd be the entree. I guess I didn't do like an appetizer or hors d'oeuvre, whatever you want to call it. Maybe a little calamari.
There you go.
Calamari. Keep it kind of somewhat Italian. I don't know. And then I was thinking like dessert. So like the thing is, I love me a good key lime pie, but key lime pie like does not go with that meal. You know what I mean?
Fair.
I get it. It's my dinner, but like, gotta respect everybody. Erik, I think I don't want to give away anything that you said, but I'm going to give something away that you said that I think. You had tiramisu for dessert, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
I might take that as well. I think that's a great idea. Maybe just, a little hot fudge sundae, just a little ice cream and cookie, milk and cookies, something simple.
There we go.
Maybe just Italian cookies in general, something like that.
Espresso. We're going straight.
There you go. Maybe like some espresso martinis to drink. I don't know.
Signature cocktail, espresso martini.
So I mean, I think that's along the lines I'm going. I know you guys are going to be much more detailed than me, but I know you also weren't expecting anything different from me. So that would be my answer.
I like it. It's simple. It's like you said. It's an homage. You put on the green jacket last year. You decide what's on the menu. Yeah, I feel like your menu is very comparable to what like Victor Hovland would put together if you won this year.
Who have we like? I would love if Francesco won. Like, I would love to see his dinner.
Oh yeah,
like a full out Italian. Yeah, that'd be kind of sweet.
And one more thing. Solon. Also, I saw Erik list some wines that he likes. Me being the wine connoisseur that I am, we're going to do my uncle's wine. From Woods Winery.
A little homemade batch, get everybody a little cross-eyed.
A little homemade batch for the boy. So keep it home style.
So basically, you're just bringing your whole family, throwing them in the kitchen, and just having Sunday dinner.
Yeah, I'd say, hey, Uncle Joe, just if you don't mind,
send a couple extra bottles.
Send a couple bottles to Augusta National. I'm sure they'll take care of you, and we'll go from there.
I love it. I love that.
Sam.
All right. I think like I said, Mikey's doing some school stuff, being a student. He sent his menu along though, and I'll read that for the folks, and we'll let Erik get into his, and I'll take us home. But Mikey is going with, for starter, a choice of super salad, French onion, or just a fresh chopped salad. Basics there, can't go wrong with that. For the main course, he's doing a beef, a chicken, and a fish. The beef is going to be a prime rib with roasted seasoned vegetables. This is just all very classic stuff here. Chicken, we got a little chicken franchise over pasta. Love that. And then fish, doing a little baked scrod with orzo pasta and mixed vegetables. Very, that's a nice light one. I like that. And then bringing us home with apple crisp or blueberry crisp, fresh whipped cream, coffee, espresso, tea. So Mikey's just going with your traditional 3 courses. Like, that feels like, if I'm at like a club and I'm having maybe not Easter because that one's a little more themed, but a club sponsored dinner. Like, it feels like those are my options. They'd have the carving station set up, and your franchise would be all laid out family style to grab and go. You'd have options.
And Matt, what was the wines that he picked? Well, you read the. I'll read the white.
Where's his wines? Okay. Oh, red. Okay, here we go. And Joe, you're on mute too, by the way. Red was Cab Sav, Woodward Canyon, Walla Walla, Washington. I think that is where that red's coming from. I love the name in general, so we're gonna ride with that.
Yeah. And then the white, he went with Jefferson Vineyards Viognier from good old Charlottesville.
There you go. Ooh, Viognier. Yeah, good thing you read that one.
A little local Virginia wine, so that was nice to see him pick that. I think I introduced him to that bottle, so I'll take the credit for it. I'll take the credit for Masters victory.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. Definitely a part of that.
Yeah, exactly.
You're on the team.
All right. My dinner. I think probably as expected went all out with the menu. So we're gonna have some appetizers, some hors d'oeuvres while everyone's kind of arriving before everyone sits down for dinner. There's gonna be some fresh raw oysters, preferably something northeast, something with high brine. I love some briny oysters. And I just tried this new mignonette at a restaurant I'd never been to before. They made this cucumber mignonette for raw oysters, and it was fantastic. So that is definitely going to be an option for oysters. And then just like give Augusta the freedom, put together a nice little charcuterie table for us.
Some cheese and meat.
I trust that they'll put together the good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, and then when it's time to sit down for dinner, we're gonna have 2 wine options. We're going with an Italian theme. I'm copying Joe a little bit. I don't have an ounce of Italy in my culture, my family, but Italy is my favorite food and it's my favorite wine. So that's what we're going with. So wine is going to be, they're both from Masolino, which is a vineyard in Italy. And I actually have had both of these wines. So that's kind of how I picked them. But their Chardonnay and then their Barolo are going to be the two wine options for the evening. First course is going to be very simple, just a tomato and burrata salad with some balsamic vinegar. Really simple salad, kind of get the taste buds going. It'll be nice and fresh flavors for the springtime in Georgia. And then we're doing family style dinner from there. So all coming out on family style platters. We're doing surf and turf, garlic butter scallops, and steak. I didn't decide what kind of steak, maybe tenderloin or flank steak. I love a good flank steak, so we'll go with that. We'll go with flank steak. And then family style sides, some nice just grilled zucchini, some cacio e pepe, just really simple pasta, and some focaccia, just some nice bread to go with the hearty meal. And then Joe gave away my dessert, tiramisu, and we're definitely serving after dinner coffee, espresso, tea, whatever you want, and maybe we'll add some biscottis in there.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for. That way to take that home. Way to take that meal home. That's what you need. A little biscotti and coffee.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
exactly.
I want some steaks now. That's exciting. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not as like layered out here, but I know what I want. So we're just gonna kind of word vomit it out and we'll put it in order after the fact. So I want steak as well. I'm gonna do ribeye. Definitely I love a ribeye and like maybe some lobster tail with that, just like your classic surf and turf. So ribeyes are just my favorite steak. I always get ribeyes whenever I go out for that. So gonna get a ribeye. Probably, I'll let Augusta cook the steak. They know what they're doing. I'm not gonna tell them how to cook a steak. I'll just tell them I want a ribeye. I'll do that. I wanted to kind of do like a soup and a salad option as well to start it, just like simple. I'd probably do the soup choice, like French onion's a good one. Mikey kind of took the best one.
French onion though in April in Georgia,
it's gonna be hot down there, right? Like that's a tough. Maybe do like a tortellini, like a pasta vajol, like I don't know, something like a little bit lighter, because soup in general is just like not meant to be eaten when it's warm out. So that's an option, but also just do like a classic salad and like a Caesar. Maybe I just do 2 salad options. Maybe just do that, like a chopped and a Caesar. Just given it's probably gonna be 70 to 80 degrees down there at that time of the year, and you really don't want to have hot soup. So we'll skip the soup maybe, and then we'll go along with that. We're gonna do just like a classic garlic mashed potato, seasoned veggies, like kind of like a good little medley of like broccoli, cauliflower, kind of those heartier ones, and then like also an asparagus option to go with the steak. And then I think I want to have, for the non-surf and turf option, I want to do like a chicken like Milanese, like a little bit more of just like the cutlet style with like broccoli rabe. Maybe you can layer in with that broccoli cauliflower idea there. Maybe kind of merge those 2 ideas together somehow. Put that stuff together, and then I think that covers a lot of my sides, right? I got a potato, I got some veggies, I got salads, I think that covers me for like my main course. And then I think I'm bringing it home with 2 dessert options, classic cheesecake or we're gonna just like really dive into the Georgia theme and just go with like a peach cobbler with a scoop of vanilla ice cream on top. Like again, I don't know if I think the cheese, I don't know if the peach cobbler really goes with everything else in that meal, but we're in Georgia. Let's get a little peach cobbler cooking, let it rip, and then obviously coffee, espresso, tea, all that fun stuff available. And then for wines, I want to go. I don't know, like, the really good specific bottles, but I know the region. I want to go like a Paso Robles, like cab to go with the ribeye. I don't know exactly which bottle yet. I'll let Augusta make that decision. They'd know more than me in the wine category, so I trust them. I'll just give them a region. And then I like Sauvignon Blanc. I think that'd go decently well with like whether you focus on the lobster tail or the veal Milanese, maybe throw that with that So I think those would be my wine options. Some kind of Sauvignon Blanc. Like I love like the New Zealand Sauvignon Blancs usually go well with me. And then those Paso Robles cabs for the red. And then that brings me home. Maybe an espresso martini with dinner, like Joey was getting to. I love a good espresso martini. Can't go wrong with those. So fire one of those up to have as a little nightcap if you're not playing the next day and you're just there for the dinner and you want end the night with a little energy. I think that's where my dinner menu would kind of round out. And I think if anything, I'd probably put maybe some better apps out there, but
if you don't mind.
What?
Quick synopsis of yours real quick, because I missed it, if you don't mind.
Surf and turf, ribeye, lobster tail, a chicken Milanese or veal Milanese like option as like your non-beef. And then 2 salads, like a chopped and a Caesar for the starter. And then mashed potatoes, asparagus, and then like a broccoli cauliflower kind of blend for the veggies. And then and then we're taking it home with the peach cobbler for dessert with a little scoop of vanilla ice cream on top, or classic cheesecake will be an option as well.
Cheesecake, that's a good option. I do like that.
I thought you were gonna go cheesecake when you were going the Italian theme, but
you say that, and I think I might. You're up to something.
Might inherit that in your menu.
Well, it's funny. So that was just my roommate, his girlfriend that came out here. They went to the Cheesecake Factory last night, and I saw like the to-go box and the thing. I'm like, fuck, bro, I might have to get some cheesecake to go soon.
There you go.
It's so good.
It's good stuff. Can't go wrong with just a good old slab of cheesecake down your whenever you eat a big heavy meal like that. Just put you away.
Here probably.
Yeah, I don't know. I think like we've kind of been saying the whole time we've been talking Augusta, like it's a special week from beginning to end. All the extracurriculars are what kind of separates it from any other major. It's by far the best tournament of the year. Like the best 5 days of golf you're gonna get. You may not get the best tournament every year from like a drama standpoint, but like no week gets me talking about it 4 weeks in advance like Augusta does. It's just one of those that I always have a special place in my heart. So I'm looking forward to seeing like a full like non-COVID impacted like crowd, grandstands going back up this year, like all that kind of stuff that I think it adds to the allure, right? It's always in the like that's what Augusta is, like those crowds, the roars and all those things, like they come with the crowd. So I'm looking forward to getting back to normal a little bit and just seeing, there's another topic I want to dive into a little bit here as we, before we get into like picking players and whatnot, but like if you were to look back and do like a time hop back a year, like the world rankings have done like a lot of movement. Like the only staples are really like JT, Rahm, Morikawa, really the only guys that kind of stayed in the same realm. But like I wrote a few down that I just thought were pretty interesting that I want to get your guys' thoughts on, of just like, when we had this conversation a year ago, like who were you talking about? Like you're talking about Scottie Scheffler now, or even a Cam Smith that we've talked about a ton this year. Like who are those guys? Like Scottie was 22 in the world last year. Now he's 1. Webb Simpson was 9th in the world last year. He's 40th now. Patrick Reed was 7th. He's 31st now. Brooks is down to 20th in the world. He was in the top 8 last year. Like, I just think, and again, it's maybe just recency bias or whatever, but this year golf, it just seems so deep. Like the top 15 in the world seem to be of the caliber that the top 5 in the world used to be like a few years ago. Like, it's just the depth is just like mind boggling lately. And it's like, I can't, like I was saying earlier, like I got 10 guys that I'm like pencil in for a top 5 next at Augusta. And like, obviously that doesn't work with the math there, but like, I just
I
like,
was gonna say, I'm not a numbers guy. Those numbers do not add up.
But like, that's my point. Like, that's how good all of these guys are this year with the depth. Like, you're telling me like you're gonna rule out Brooks being in the top 10 at Augusta next week of like he's finally seems a little bit healthy, playing halfway decent. Like we know how he does in majors. Like a guy like Louis, top 5 in like all of them last year, top 3 in most of them. Like these guys that aren't even in the top 5 in the world anymore that are just like so good, like Will Zalatoris, Cam Smith, like all these guys we've talked about for so long. It's like I just feel like there's just such depth in golf right now. It's just nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I agree. I don't know of any other players off the top of my head like that, but yeah.
I mean, even Jordan, like, you know, he was he was pretty low last year.
Starting to kind of come
up.
back because he won the Valero before last year's Masters. Now it's kind of the beginning of his resurgence, if you would.
Yeah. What do you I guess we'll say that for next podcast. I was gonna open up that can of worms.
Yeah. I mean, everyone knows who I'm picking. Shocker. Oh my God, Jordan. Oh.
Yeah. I just think that it's interesting when you look back. Like I love going on the world golf rankings and like going to the archives they put up of every other week or whatever, going back a year or so and just seeing like how much has changed and like who actually sticks around, like the DJs, JTs of the world. Just interesting stuff. But it's a pleasure kind of getting the Augusta juices flowing a little bit tonight with you both. I'm looking forward to the next 14, 15 days, whatever it is, from beginning to end of that tournament and all the extracurriculars that go with it. The more we see Tiger Woods, the better. I don't know if it means playing or just being on property, but I'll take whatever I can get. And yeah, you guys got anything else Augusta before we'll get into more specifics next week again, but you guys got anything else for the extracurriculars at Augusta?
I think I can sneak in a practice round on my way up.
Probably.
I think you got that. You know what? You probably don't even have to ask. You can probably just roll up there.
Just shoot them an email, right? Fucking really, yeah. Right.
They probably don't even use email.
Yeah, they probably use carrier pigeons or something.
Yeah, they still got fucking postage. That's the only way they do it.
Oh shit! All right, gentlemen. Well, always a pleasure talking with you
next
both.
time.
Joey, good luck with your travels up north. Hopefully, you find a place to play golf along the way.
Yeah, dude, I fucking hope so.
and looking forward to chat more going forward, boys. Always a pleasure, and have a good rest of your weeks.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.